The Archie Courtnall Centre has helped many people, including the members of an Oak Bay family, who are sharing their story with us tonight. In the span of less than a year, two brothers were admitted to the Courtnall Centre, and their mother says the centre is a phenomenal first step for urgent psychiatric care. She's grateful also that the Courtnall brothers are helping to shine a spotlight on mental illness. Mary Beth Burton has their story.
Well, Dylan and Ryder take turns usually, or no, they share.
Stephanie Slater's eldest son had a psychotic breakdown last May.
Really seemed to come out of the blue.
Her son had just finished his first year of university.
Over 5 days, he became more and more manic and deeply delusional, and it was very clear something was very wrong.
Stephanie reluctantly called for help and worried about an overstimulated emergency ward. Instead, her son was sent to the Archie Courtnall Centre.
I hadn't realized that that room, that facility existed, and I actually probably delayed taking Dylan to hospital a little bit because the thought of a busy, noisy, stressful emergency room is absolutely not the environment you want for someone who is experiencing what's called a psychotic break.
Stephanie's son spent 5 weeks in hospital. He's been diagnosed with a bipolar disorder. He continues with his medication and follow-up program through the Courtnall Centre and returned to university. There is a second child in the family.
Ryder's the one we'd actually been worried about for some years.
17-year-old Ryder McRae is a recent high school graduate. For several years, he's been struggling with sometimes profound depression.
Sitting in bed, not wanting to go to school at all, not wanting to do anything, feeling like I was useless. I couldn't think properly. I would have weeks without sleep, and I would just be a physical and mental wreck.
Ryder's riding high now, but at his lowest point, he was very delusional, very manic, having trouble sleeping, and that led to his breakdown. Ryder says his mental shift began this January when he started to feel omnipotent, more important than a movie star.
I remember listening to music, and I would hear phrases like about me or pick up stuff which I thought was about me.
In February, Ryder had a psychotic break in a very public way.
Go to my school and break in and use all their fire extinguishers and smash a clock.
The doused gym floor and clock were repaired, and Ryder went to the Archie Courtnall Centre for treatment. Ryder, a passionate athlete, returned to school in the spring. This time, he was the educator.
When I went back to school and had my English class, I gave a speech on mental illness.
He was diagnosed with simply a short-term psychotic illness, and so they think it was just, you know, basically a mental glitch.
Stephanie is stoic now, but admits
it was devastating, absolutely devastating. It's the worst experience I've ever had in my life.
At Stephanie's son's lowest points, her family benefited from the Courtnall family.
It was such a blessing to have that Archie Courtnall Centre there available for each of our sons, and just lending their name, their celebrity, their network to bringing this topic that's being stigmatized into the forefront.
Stephanie and Ryder hope their stories break the code of silence that has long shrouded mental illness. In Oak Bay, Mary Beth Burton, A News.